maybe if I... The sunlight. Good morning. So it's now Tuesday. I've got everything ready. I've got my notepad, I've got my pen, got some minutes, I've got myself some lunch. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to today. I think it finishes at, I think 4 o'clock, I'm not sure. But yeah, I wonder what they're gonna say about my trousers. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna go and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. So the actual workshop that I was talking about is the assessment of the lower limb. So this is a vascular assessments. So they held it in a little room and the agenda was long but very meaty. There was about 20 of us, I think 3 foot health practitioners and the rest of them were podiatrists, both NHS and private. And we practiced on each other using the vascular Doppler, listening to the different sounds on our arms and on our legs and on our feet. And you know, it was just a very good meaty day. So this is Martin and Sue demonstrating for us before we practiced on ourselves.
So I've found a branch of the artery. I'm going to go posterior tibial behind the medial ankle. I'm going to do those Zs again. Yeah, so really quiet to start with. Move my Doppler slightly. Zs. Lovely. And here that's multiphasic. Let's pretend it's not. So I'm going to check a perineal pulse above the lateral malleolus there. Slide across, you don't need to go any further, I found it. Oh, beautiful. Start the clock again now. Just going to put this around your ankle. I'm putting it on upside down. You might notice with the tubing up from the leg there a little bit and the artery thing pointing north. It doesn't need to be pointing south because the cuff itself will just squeeze around the limb. I'm going to go back to that pulse I could hear on the anterior tibial. Close my trigger.
So as you can see, we were taught about the ankle brachial pressure index. So that's that cuff that you can see around the ankle, which was also put on the arms as well. And we were taught how to calculate it and to assess the risk of the patient having PAD. So it was very informative. Hi guys, I've just finished. It's 5 o'clock now. It was a very good day. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. But in the meantime, I've got to get home and see the kids. I've not seen them all day, but I've got so much to tell you about it. I'll probably write it in my my e-newsletter that I send out every Friday anyway. But yeah, I'm very excited. And I'll let you guys know everything. Right, so I am home. I actually feel quite bunged up. So I woke up this morning feeling quite poorly for some reason. Yesterday I was fine. This morning I've got a blocked nose and my throat is hurting me a little bit. So, but I survived the day. I did it. I got my certificate. So there you go. Which I'm really so glad that I went on this workshop, and I want to tell you guys all about it. Right, okay, so basically this workshop was supposed to be a part of like the Kettering conference, but it was cancelled. But anyway, they kept this workshop on, which I'm so thankful for. We had it in the Premier Inn in the end, and to be honest, it was a little bit better in that little location. It was cosy, they had a little restaurant, it was nice. But anyway, the day started off at 9:30, and the guy's name is Martin, I think the lady's name is Sue. Sure it's Sue. Yeah, so Martin and Sue, and they are vascular podiatrists in Manchester. They actually work within the NHS. But anyway, they were the ones that were sort of like teaching us and updating us about, you know, vascular assessments. Yeah, I took so much notes. I've written so much stuff. But yeah, it was really good. So basically these vascular assessments, some people don't actually get taught it when they go on to their clinical training. When I went on my clinical training, we were taught some of it, but I kind of feel like I was still lacking, which is one of the reasons why I booked onto this course in the first place. I felt like there was some real gaps. And the main thing that I really wanted to do was fully understand, you know, the wave sounds of the blood flow. So, you know, the monophasic, the biphasic and the triphasic. And I wanted to be able to distinguish the sounds and understand what the sounds meant and what was, you know, to raise alarm bells and what was normal type of thing. And I kind of knew already about the sounds. I could sort of hear the sounds and say, you know, yeah, that's monophasic, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so anyway, so I wanted to know a little bit more about it in terms of if it was monophasic, what would be my course of action in terms of my referral pathway, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I think the main thing is that what he said as well is that you can't just rely on one assessment. So you can't just rely on a Doppler. You know, you have to carry out other assessments as well to get a bigger picture. So he spoke about the 3 Ps, which means one of them is pulses, the other one is pressure, and what was the other one? Okay, so I've forgotten what the 3 Ps were, but one of them was pressure, which is like, you know, the ABPI, pulses, oh yeah, that was it, palpate, so, you know, your fingers, you check the pulses, so palpate, pulses, so that's, you know, you use sort of your Doppler and listening to the blood flow in the feet, but also in the arm when you're doing your ABPI, so the pressure, using the, I'll say blood pressure machine, but it isn't, it's, you know, it's a blood pressure cuff that you would use to, you know, calculate the ABPI. So yes, that's what he was speaking about, and you know, what's abnormal. Just so much. It was such a good day. There's just so much to talk about. It started at 9:30, like I said, and it finished at 5 o'clock. So you can imagine the amount of stuff that we learned, and it wasn't just him talking to us, it was a lot of practical as well. So we got our feet out. I didn't get mine out, but I could have done. But you know, we did like we practiced the Doppler, so holding it correctly, and I realized that I wasn't really holding it properly, you know, so just little things like that, isn't it crazy? So I kind of feel so much more competent now in carrying out an assessment, a vascular assessment, you know, and also the referral pathway of knowing, okay, so this, you know, with the 3 Ps that I mentioned that he told us about, and you know, he did say to look at the website where everything is as well, but you know, by just using the 3 Ps, you can actually have a diagnosis. You can have a diagnosis, and then you can actually forward that to a GP and say that I've checked this, and here are the results, and you know, give them the diagnosis, and you know, suggest what it is you want them to do next, or whatever it is that you ask of them. But yes, and we did role play, I guess. Case studies. We did case studies as well. We had a few interaction, I would say games or whatever, but so basically he would play like different types of blood flow, like mono, bi and tri, and triphasic, and then we had to decide what was what. And it was, I think the one thing that he said as well is like, when you're checking the pulses, if you can't feel it, then just say you can't feel it. Just say it's non-palpable. And I was like, yeah, it's like, I know this already, but it's like, yeah, when he said it, it was like, yeah, it's almost like we feel like we have to put something there, but if we don't feel anything, then we don't feel anything. So that was one of the things he said. If you're not sure, then put you're not sure. It is safer to say you're not sure than to misdiagnose or to miss something by saying it's normal. He said the same when it comes to using the Doppler. If you're not sure what it is, whether it's a biphasic or a monophasic, then just put not sure. But then this is where he said you need to use all of those 3 P's so that you can get a bigger picture, because you can't just get a result from 1 P, you know, by just doing Doppler alone. That's not enough. By just, you know, palpating the pulse, that's the arteries, whatever, you know, it's not enough. So it's better to have a bigger picture. And the thing that I liked as well is that he really went into the holistic approach as well. So like everything, including like smoking, basically like the risk factors and stuff. And he's, you know, encouraging us or telling us, you know, that it's important that we not tell our clients what to do, but educate them in terms of the risks of, you know, peripheral arterial disease. And yeah, so I thought that was good. I don't even know if I said that right. Peripheral arterial disease. Anyway, I think, yeah, so I don't want to go on too much, but as you can see, I'm still trying to get it all in my head. I need to reread through everything again just to sort of make it stick, which I'm sure it will. But one of the things that I want to really take away is that I really understand the different waves now, you know, the mono, the bi and the triphasic, and I know, yeah, I know what is abnormal and what to do with it. And the other thing is that I've learned how to do the ABPI, which is actually really simple to do. It's not that difficult. And also the calculation as well. So, you know, just breaking it down, the ABPI, ankle, brachial, ABP, pressure index. Oh God. But anyway, you know, I'm learning. I'm not used to saying it, so I'm sure one day it will just roll off my tongue, but right now I'm a bit slow with it. But yeah, so ankle, brachial, pressure index. And, you know, learn how to do the calculation, which basically you just divide the brachial by the, you divide the ankle by the brachial, and you use the highest number, and then that gives you the results. So that was really good. He also spoke about, is it Wi-Fi and the S-bar as well. I'm not going to go into that because that is just something else, but just these different ways of assessing, it really helps when you're wanting to refer on and to you know, get other like doctors or the vascular team to actually pay attention, because you know what you're talking about. You know, and it's precise, it's not all over the place and stuff like that. But one of the things that he did mention as well, right, was that he was saying, you know, in my forms, for example, I've got on there, you know, whether they've got hair loss on their legs and blah blah blah. He was saying, to be honest, it's just stick to the 3 P's. Just stick to the 3 P's. The doctors or whatever aren't going to care whether there's hair loss or whatever. Just stick to the 3 P's and you're good. So I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, it just takes a few things off and just hones in my focus a little bit more, even though obviously you're going to assess the legs anyway, and you know, you'll see all that type of stuff, whether there's hair loss or whatever. But he was basically just highlighting the most important things to do. So I don't know whether any of this makes sense as I'm talking about it, but it makes sense to me. But anyway, guys, as you can see, it is getting darker. I'm tired. It's probably about 9:15, 20 past 9 now, so I'm gonna go and give myself a shower. It was another really hot day, and yeah, so I'll probably do a little summary, a little bit more put together in my newsletter, one of my newsletters that I'll send out. It will either be sent out the same time as this video or another time, but anyway, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter yet and you want to, then you know, feel free to. All the information is down below in the comment section, so if you're interested in that, then you can if you want to. But for now, guys, I will see you soon in my next video. Bye guys.